And now, a car has been found in the search for 4 teenage boys who have been missing since Sunday after going camping in North Wales.
Yeah, Jevon Hirst, Harvey Owen, Wilf, Henderson and Hugo Morris were travelling in a silver Ford Fiesta and are believed to have been planning to camp in Snowdonia. Mountain rescue teams and a Coast Guard helicopter have been searching the area, but it was a member of the public who found the vehicle. Joining us now is Liz Perkins, who's a journalist based in Wales. Thanks for joining us, Liz. What's the latest? Do you know anything about where and how this car was found? Is it in a car park? Is it upside down? Or what do we know?
Well, I think we're trying to find out a bit more detail as to where this car has been uncovered. I mean, obviously, you refer to the fact that a member of the public alerted emergency services in relation to this. And we've heard in the last few minutes that ambulances have been seen heading through the cordon. Currently, that route is cordoned off. So it's an interesting development, and let's hope that they find these teenagers. I mean, it's obviously been a very challenging time for their families. We've been hearing from residents that the conditions for driving in the area were atrocious at the time. And it's just so awful, isn't it, when something like this happens and just not knowing what on earth has gone on.
Have we got any sort of background on these boys and what sort of motivation, whether it's just sort of misadventure for boys who fancied going out for a camping weekend? My understanding is one of them hadn't told his parents that was what he was going to do.
Absolutely. I mean, Harvey Owen's mum was under the impression that he was going to be staying in a grandfather's home, but it looks like that they were actually set up camp in North Wales, and that is what their intention was. You have to understand that obviously that part of the world is a major tourist attraction. The people of Snowdonia attracts 10 million people each year, and you can imagine why they would want to go there, although the conditions to go camping right now, I mean, clearly not the best time of year to be going at all. You also have to bear in mind too that the roads that they were travelling on were quite challenging as well. You were going from Harlech to Porthmadog, and that route is, you know, along the coast road, and where they ended up travelling to was Garreg, which is known for its mountainous region as well, and obviously the beach close by. So, you know, they're young guys as well, and whoever was driving must have found it quite difficult, I would imagine.
I suppose Liz's best case scenario is these 4 lads have gone off on a camping trip, they've parked the car somewhere, and then they've headed off into somewhere remote and pitched their tent, and they're all fine and dandy. Let's keep our fingers crossed that that is the case. But tell us about the terrain. I mean, would that be a plausible situation that the boys could have walked into some very remote countryside, pitched the tent, and still the search parties might not have been able to find them because it's such a remote area? Is that the kind of terrain we're talking about?
Well, the issue is, I mean, originally they were seen to be, you know, placing this tent next to their vehicle. However, I think the fact that you've got ambulances heading into the area now suggests that, you know, obviously something tragic has happened. I mean, whether or not they've been injured, we don't really know. But it shows the gravity of the situation that this is going on right now. I mean, North Wales and Snowdonia itself is not the place to go when you don't really know the area. It's, you know, we have issues all the time with people sort of climbing up Snowdon when they shouldn't do. And you often see the police helicopter going out and Coast Guards going to search for people because they do not understand what they're coming up against. You know, it's a beautiful area. However, you've got to know it well if you're actually going to take on the challenge of that mountain, especially in conditions this time of year. You know, it's not the summer. We're talking, you know, really, really rainy sort of days up there and blustery conditions. So why they decided to go camping there at this point in time, who knows? But obviously they must have got this sense of adventure. They wanted to get away maybe from their families for that weekend. But clearly, you know, it's tough for them, their families. I mean, right now, I mean, what they're going through. Harvey's mum was saying she's had sleepless nights about this, and your heart goes out to them right now because clearly they don't know what's happened. And, you know, what is going to be the outcome of the next few hours? We can only wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, we're all hoping for some good news. I mean, this must have been quite a shock to the community as well in the local area, because I think a lot of people around the country don't understand that the wilderness of Snowdonia is just that. It is wild. Locals do get that, but you don't actually hear of a lot of incidents like this.
No, you don't. I think there was a case in South Wales once when a group of teenagers did go out and, you know, their car was found days later. But this is very unusual. It's not somebody walking up Snowdon. It is a group of boys who were going away for the weekends, and for them to disappear for days isn't what you would imagine or what you would expect. So obviously the community have been quite shocked about what's happened, and you've had MPs speaking out on their behalf and expressing their concern and their worry at the moment.
Well, our hearts go out to the parents, and let's hope they find those kids. Thank you very much, Liz. Liz Perkins there, local journalist there up